Go ahead. State your name.
I'm Fred Peters,
From where?
Texas.
How long you been out here to Yosemite?
2 weeks, off and on, here
And you're a
and there.
storyteller and telling your story all the way from Texas to Yosemite, California.
Yeah.
Give us a story.
I started to work when I was 6 years old, playing the piano in Sweetwater, Texas. My brother Van, he played the violin. We made $8 a night. Most of the cowboys were only making $8 a month. Well, we got a job just after Thanksgiving. It's going to be a good Christmas. Mama called us about the second night putting the money in the cookie jar, and she said, "Where'd y'all get all that money?" And we told her we were working, playing the piano and violin at the Paradise Saloon in downtown. She said she didn't want her boys working for the Paradise Saloon. We talked her into waiting because we wanted Daddy to have some input on it. It's because we knew he was coming home in a couple of weeks. You see, he was shot twice in that awful war, that war between the states, and he developed TB. So he'd be gone 3 to 6 weeks every twice a year or so, you know. Well, sure enough, she decided to let us go ahead and do it, and so we went ahead and continued working. Well, Dad came home and he said, "Well, what did you tell him you'd do?" And he said, "We told him we'd play the piano for him." He said, "You got to hold up to your contract. It's a cowboy way." Well, it's about the second week into our tour of duty, and a cowboy come in and said, "They're coming down from the other end of the street to run you out of town." See, they didn't have a piano. So I started playing louder and faster and louder and faster and louder and faster and louder and faster, and so did Van. Saw the shortest two-barrel shotgun I ever saw in my life laid up on the edge of the bar, and about that time, bam, in they came, and they shooting and raising. Back then, there's a lot of smoke, and it wasn't unusual to see somebody die on the street every day in Sweetwater, Texas. Van and I took refuge right over there underneath that table, and we just waited it out. Back then, there's a lot of smoke, and the smoke, literally when the smoke cleared, there was 7 dead or dying laying in the floor from the other bar. The owner, who was the county sheriff's a nephew, and the bartenders and the manager and so on, and 3 cowboys, I think. Only one of our guys got nicked in the arm right here, and so we got by pretty good. Needless to say, by the time we got home, Mama already knew about it. So she said, "Y'all ain't working down there no more." Well, we didn't like it much, but we're still going to have a good Christmas this year because we made a lot of money. So I went down to tell the man that we couldn't work there no more. And he said, well, he sure did miss us because he sure enjoyed our music. I guess it's all right, because, see, they shot my piano 6 times. Thank you.